Hi, in this video, we'll try to answer this question, just the part A of this question. So what we are going to try to do is find the cost function, and then from there, we determine what the marginal cost is, what the variable cost is, and what the fixed cost is going to be. Okay, so for you to solve this problem, we are going to use a different approach. Okay, there are different ways of solving this problem. We've seen one approach already. Today, we are going to look at a different approach. This new approach will look something like this. First of all, we know that we are dealing with linear functions of the form y equal mx plus b. So from the given information, what we'll try to do is substitute line by line the given information into this y equal mx plus b. Okay, so if you read the question, the first part says, when the company produces 2 units, it incurs what? $18. That's the cost of producing two shirts. When they produce 2 shirts, they need to spend what? $18. Here we know that our dependent variable is the total cost of production. So we know that 18 will be equal to m. We don't know what m is, but we know what x is. The independent variable is the number of units produced. We know what this is. So we substitute that with 2. X becomes 2 plus b. So in effect, we'll end up with 18 is equal to 2m plus b. Let's call this equation number 1. So this is the first piece of information. Now let's use the second piece of information, which says when this company produces, when they produce 4 units, so when they produce 4 units, I'll skip some of the other steps since we already know what we are doing. When they produce 4 units, we still do not know what m is. We don't know what the y-intercept is. It costs them $26, so 26. That will be our second equation. So one way to solve this is to simply subtract equation 1 from equation 2. This is what I'm saying. Simply say subtract equation 1 from 2. So what are you going to do? You are going to subtract the like terms. So 26 minus 18, that'll give you 8, is equal to 4m minus 2m. That gives us what? 2m. B minus b is 0. Now divide through by 2, divide through by 2, and m is equal to 4 because this will go away, and 8 divided by 2 is equal to what? 4. So that is our marginal cost. So for our cost function, we know that our marginal cost, which is the slope, is going to be equal to 4. Next question is, well, we still know that we need to come up with a cost function that looks something like this. We know what this is. We know this is 4. We don't know, we will have 4x plus b. We don't know what b is. So next, what you need to do is substitute this 4 into either the first equation. You can substitute this 4 into the first equation, or substitute this 4 into the second equation. So you can substitute this into the second equation. So whichever equation you prefer to work with, go ahead. I mean, the answer will be the same. So I'll go with the first equation. So if we were to replace m in that first equation, so we use all the information from that first equation, we are going to end up with 18. We already have m as 4, And the x over there is 2 plus b. We still don't know what b is. So from equation 1, we know that this guy is 2, the x in there, the number of units produced is 2. So we are going to end up with 18 equals 8 plus b. Subtract 8 from both sides, and you end up with b equal 10. Therefore, our y-intercept, which also happens to be the fixed cost, is equal to 10. This means that our cost function, our cost function is therefore going to be given by y, which is equal, the same as saying c of x is equal to 4x plus 10. And that is the cost function. So from this information, this is going to be the cost function. Our cost function will be given by 4x plus 10. 4x plus 10. Once you find the slope, note, once you find the slope, you can always substitute the slope into the first equation or the second equation. It's your choice. Whichever equation looks appealing to you or easier to work with, please go ahead and do that, and the end result will be the same. Okay, so just to make this video short, I'm going to make a second video to answer B, problem B. I'm going to make another video in order to answer problem B.